Hi guys, and welcome to Journey to Journeyman episode number 16. First of all, like always guys, I'd like to thank you so much for everyone who's commented and given me, hints and tips. And guys, I can't thank you enough for that. I really appreciate it. On this exciting episode, my son asked me, hey Daddy, would you make me a fidget spinner? Can we make a fidget spinner? I'm like, what in the world's a fidget spinner? Well, I guess if you've got kids that are in grade school or high school, this is the newest thing. It's a little thing that you spin. Well, anyway, he and I do a father and son making of this project. And if you want to see how we do it, stick around. I'll show you what we made. I bought some rollerblade bearings at Dick's Sporting Goods, and that gives us a couple of the dimensions. And my son wanted a 6-hole pattern that gives us other dimensions. And here are our order of operations. First we'll flatten the stock and then drill and bore the center to size, face it, make a mandrel, turn the outside diameter to size, drill the holes after we lay it out, then we'll stick in the bearing, and then we'll high five the ladies. Now, you can feel, okay? You can feel it cutting, you can feel how the metal feels. If it starts sounding or feeling bad, you stop. It's got a nice sound to it, a nice cutting sound. I still love the sound of when it goes from an interrupted cut to a continuous cut. That always is pretty cool to me.
Mom's gonna come down here and be like, who died?
It don't smell that bad. Yeah.
That looks good.
Okay, now we'll put it back in like this, but don't leave the chuck key in there. That's kind of like a foul. But now you want to make sure you're pressing. No, you're good. There you go. Now you can tighten her down. Here we go. That's the same side, knuckle buckle.
Oh! There we go. Can I do it?
Yeah, that's solid. We'll do.
That is right at the right spot.
So now we'll just take it in 5/1000ths. And we'll see what we get.
Should I do a touch off?
Yeah, whatever.
Ah!
What's wrong?
At least I have safety glasses on.
Exactly. That's why you have them on. I stress having on safety glasses in the shop, and it pays off because he got to see the chips flying around his face. That spinning is because there's just a little bit of a high spot in there, and it just spins on it. Instead of holding it like that, hold it like this.
Okay. Can I?
Yep.
Is it gonna start smoking?
We'll see. Now we're just doing a couple of little step drills to get it up to the size that we can bore out the center. And once that hole is bored to size, I experiment on what leaves a better surface finish, cutting end to out or out to in. Mandrel time. I want to make this mandrel as precise as I can, so I want to get it nice and flat on the face and have that square with the outside of it.
Dad, isn't the thing gonna hit it?
I don't know what you mean by that thing.
That's not facing it.
No, you already faced it. Now I'm turning it.
Oh. I thought you were going to face it.
Now that I got this kind of trued up here, we'll put it in 3-jaw. We'll put this baby in the 3-jaw. Now that I finished with the side that's going to be held in the chuck, I turn my attention to the side that's going to hold the part. Kind of exciting for me. In this little bitty lathe, I'm taking off 30 thousandths per side, so 60 thousandths total. And the way I'm able to do that is with a nice sharp, high-speed steel tool on center line, and it cuts really nice. Here you can see my two reference surfaces. Okay, so what we're going to do now is start bringing the tap in like that. You see it going in? Now it'll twist. See how? That's what I was talking about. It's hardened on hardened. So, but it's started and it's good. So we'll take this off, slide this back, and now we can use a tap wrench.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, so go on and do a touch off. Without that on. I took my time when I made this mandrel, and there are two reference faces on there, the face of it and the bore, and it fits it so nice that I was able to turn the outside diameter, and then spent quite a bit of time sanding and polishing it. Alright, I got a line scribed on here, so we're going to go out and touch that line and make a circle. Here's what we're going to do now. Now we'll just
you have it touched off, and now it's just going to scratch.
Exactly. Did it scratch it? Make sure it scratches it. Check and see.
It made a scratch.
Oh, yep, it did. Okay. Now we'll undo that.
This is not a good design.
It's just too tight right now, and we'll take it around to that hole. You see that hole? Yep. Make sure you don't miss any. Okay. It's kind of ironic that you were asking what those holes were for, and now you get to use it.
Oh, this is really loose.
Yep. Take it there and touch that baby, and don't be afraid to scratch it, because that's going to be a hole right there.
Okay. Stop doubting me. You can see the scratch. Dad, you never listen to any of my beats.
Alright, now that we got the little holes here, we're gonna, the lines, we'll go ahead and punch them. So the hardest part is getting that baby, and make sure you get it dead on that baby there. And once you do that, you can, then you go vertical with it. No. And then you take a look at it. How does that look? Does it look good?
Looks pretty good.
That looks really good. Okay.
It could be a little, but it's not noticeable bad.
Nope, that's not bad at all. Matter of fact, then we'll take it again, and we will I tried to move it a little bit, but I moved it too much. So I'll go right here. Okay. Now you'll take that next one. One of the cool things about the Atlas 618 is on the bull gear, it is set up to index. It has 60 holes that you can index off of, and that's what you saw us just do.
Holy moly. This seems dangerous.
It is. Don't hurt yourself.
Thanks, Dad.
Probably like your thumb out, right?
I mean, I can. It might fall, though.
I didn't videotape it, but we just used super glue to glue in that bearing. Well, guys, I always like to share my lessons learned on this little project here. A couple things that I did learn. It was very cool using the mandrel. That mandrel worked out like a champ. The one thing I'll say is we had a really nice, sharp, high-speed steel bit that was ground really well, that cut one side just so beautifully. The other side's cut well, but not as well. So I realized that if you can get a nice, sharp, honed, high-speed steel tool in there and set on the right height, it really makes your life on a small lathe, makes your life a lot easier. Also, when you glue in the bearings on here, guys, I'm here to tell you, I don't know if it's just because we used a small amount of glue or what, But that glue sets up fast, the super glue. So once you get it on there, I start pushing it in there, it starts sticking, so I had to hammer it down real quick. So be advised that, you know, you're going to have to move quick because it's a tight fit in here anyway, and that glue sets up really fast. The other thing is there is a little bit of a wobble in here, and I realized when I did the chamfering, I did not set like a depth stop on it. So one of the chamfers, and it probably wasn't, you know, perfectly flat. If I could go back, I would make sure to set a depth stop so each chamfer is exactly in the same spot, and because mine was probably tipped just a little bit and ate a little bit metal off of one side, because you can see a little bit of a wobble in there from that. And make sure that both sides are cut with a nice high-speed steel bit to make it, you know, nice and smooth. But it turned out really well. He fidgets with this thing all the time. He takes it to school. All the kids like it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you on the next Journey to Journeyman.